Hello air signs, let's see what the upcoming weekend has in store for you. And it could be about pretty much anything. Love, finances, friendship, trips, whatever comes up. We'll have 4 separate spreads in this reading. The first spread is for all of you, it's like a bonus, and then there's going to be a separate spread for every air sign individually. Timestamps should be in the description box down below. Please like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. This first spread is for all air signs. We have the 5 of Pentacles clarified by the 9 of Wands, the Chariot, the Queen of Cups clarified by the 10 of Wands, and we have the Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. A very specific reading for some of you air signs. I think this Queen of Cups needs your help. I think that's, if you have a Queen of Cups in your life who is most likely a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or they may have some major water placements in their chart. If you have someone like this, and could be a friend, a neighbor, a relative, a co-worker, whoever, right? I think they're struggling with something. They could be struggling with transportation, they may have car trouble, or anything. Or they could be struggling financially. But there's definitely some kind of a struggle surrounding this Queen of Cups, right? That would be the Queen of Cups, the card right next to the deck, clarified by the 10 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands is a card of a struggle. It's a card of a burden, it's a card of difficulties, and that type of stuff. This reading starts with the 5 of Pentacles, clarified by the 9 of Wands. I think it has something to do with this Queen of Cups, right? They could be looking for a place to stay, they could be struggling financially, they could be looking for a job, they could be, maybe their car broke down and they may need your help or something. Okay, the Chariot in the middle is a Cancer major arcana card. Cancer, by the way, is also a water sign, right? Just like the Queen of Cups. So if this Queen of Cups happens to be a Cancer, it could be them twice in this reading. The Chariot and this Queen of Cups, it could be the same person. At the same time, the Chariot could be transportation, right? Like I said, for some of you, they're struggling with transportation, or maybe they need to go somewhere. That you may need to go and help them out if you have to, if you want to. Okay. The Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck, I think this is where you come in, air sign. Because the Ace of Swords, it's probably your ace, right? Because we have that sword in the Ace of Swords, and as we all know, you guys are kings and queens of swords. So perhaps with the Ace of Swords, you may have to say yes, right? It's a kind of a conversation. By the way, if this person is like, it could be like some sort of an intervention, right? For some of you, maybe this person is struggling with some kind of an addiction, or maybe you will see that this person is moving towards using, drinking, smoking, what have you, and you may have to have a conversation with them with that Ace of Swords. All right, but with the Ace of Swords, I think you're going to be very straightforward, very direct, or you could be saying yes. It could also be a card of a new beginning. All right, cool. Gemini, we have the 3 of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Hangman, we also have the 10 of Cups, and we have the Moon on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We also have Pisces on the table. Yeah, what's interesting about this reading, Gemini, is that you have Pisces in this reading twice. Right? Because both the Hangman and the Moon could be Pisces. These are Pisces major arcana cards. Alright, so perhaps you're dealing with a Pisces. But this reading starts with the 3 of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. Those 2 cards put together, or maybe this whole situation, this whole reading could be about work. Or we could be looking at multiple events, multiple things taking place over the weekend, right? So the 3 of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, it could be the first thing that happens, and it's definitely work related, definitely. All right, perhaps some of you are gonna come up with some kind of an idea to monetize something, or some of you are simply working, right? Because the 3 of Pentacles is definitely a card of collaboration, cooperation, when a group of people get together, and do something together. And the Knight of Pentacles clarifying that, in this case, I think it has something to do with finances, right? Because the Knight of Pentacles is the most financially abundant knight out of all 4 knights. And that card clarifying the 3 of Pentacles, perhaps, again, a group of people getting together and, making money. It could be like overtime, it could be a side gig. It could be, again, something you do on the side over the weekends, and something that could become your main source of income in the future. Or it could, if you work over the weekend, if you usually work over the weekends, maybe that's what's going on with those cards. But yeah, it's good news. The Knight of Pentacles, again, it's a really decent chunk of change. Yeah. The Hangman could simply be a Pisces you're dealing with. The Hangman could be like an idea, bright idea, a revelation. So maybe somebody will have like a light bulb moment in terms of how to make money or how to monetize something or what have you. It's also kind of a sacrifice, so maybe somebody may have to sacrifice a few hours over the weekend by working, by coming in. The Hangman is also kind of stagnation, but it doesn't feel like stagnation. You know, again, it's either Pisces you're dealing with or some kind of a revelation or bright idea. Some of you may have. We also have the Moon on the bottom of the deck, another Pisces card, but the Moon could also be a card of a secret. Right? It's the Moon is actually a very emotional card. You know, it could also be a card of fear. What if this doesn't work out? You know, that type of fear. In this case, it's kind of like having doubts about something. If it is a secret, then maybe if you're thinking about monetizing something, you're going to keep it to yourself or just within that small group of people. All right? So maybe you're like, you know what, let's just not tell anybody yet so nobody steals our idea or something like that. The Ten of Cups right next to the deck is an amazing card. It's the happily ever after card. Maybe it's like a card of a family-oriented celebration, someone's wedding, baby shower, housewarming party, someone's birthday. Or maybe this card talks about not such a distant future, right? When you start making a lot of money and you will have a happy future. All right, I really like the fact that this reading ends with the Ten of Cups, the happily ever after. So if you have an idea as to how you can make a lot of money, Gemini, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Looks good. All right, cool. Libra, we have the Ace of Wands clarified by the King of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Fool clarified by Justice. And we also have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fellow air sign. Gemini, another Libra, Aquarius. We also have Aries on the table. Let's talk about assumptions real quick, Libra. All right, I assume you're not the King of Swords. Okay? Because otherwise I'll spend really long time interpreting this reading with so many different scenarios your head will spin. So we're going to make two assumptions. We're assuming you're not the King of Swords. We're assuming the King of Swords is somebody coming back to you. And yes, this is somebody who is from your past, most likely somebody from your past. And we're also going to assume you are the Justice card. Justice is your major arcana card right next to the deck. You see the Justice card? We're assuming that's definitely you. So here's what's going on. You got this King of Swords from coming back or coming in. For most of you, it is somebody from your past. If it's a new person, they will make you an offer, but it has something to do with your past, something you used to do in the past, some skill set you already used, or maybe they will ask you to do something similar to what you've done in the past. Okay, so this King of Swords is coming in. By the way, this reading doesn't have to be about love. For most of you it is, right? But it doesn't have to be so. It could be about work, could be work related. All right, so keep that in mind. But anyway, the King of Swords is defined the Ace of Wands. Very passionate ace. The Ace of Wands is a very passionate ace. All right, and the King of Swords is the person offering you this Ace of Wands. So it's most likely a fellow air sign, just like you, Libra. So it could be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Or maybe this person has a lot of air in their chart. Or maybe this person is like very straightforward, very direct. They could be called as ice sometimes. You know, somebody who means business. The Six of Cups in the middle. It is a card of something or someone from the past. And again, it could be this King of Swords who is coming back from the past. Or if it's a new person, they may offer you something that you've done in the past if it has nothing to do with love. If it is love, then there's definitely passion and then there's definitely love, because the Six of Cups is a very loving card, very lovey-dovey card. We're usually glad to see people who come back from the past with the Six of Cups energy, or we're usually glad to do something we've done in the past or go somewhere we've been to in the past. And whatever the Ace of Wands represents in your case, I think you're going to go for it, right? We have the Fool clarified by that Justice card right next to the deck, and we have the Six of Swords. on the bottom of the deck, yeah? With the Fool card, it could be a card of second chances if this person is your ex, for example. The Fool could be a card of just doing something, just jumping right in, okay? With the Fool card, we just go for it, okay? Or we forget what happened in the past if there was some kind of a roadblock, or if the two of you went your separate ways, so not such great notes, and you're going to give it a shot again, right? The Six of Swords, yeah, it could be a card of moving on. It could be a card of something. This King of Swords showing up or showing back up. The Six of Swords is also a card of improvement. With the Six of Swords, things usually get better. All right? Cool. Aquarius, we have the Two of Wands, clarified by the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Wands, the Six of Wands, clarified by the Knight of Wands, and we have the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck. You could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or absolutely any zodiac sign. So here's what's going on, Aquarius. It's a very short reading, because it talks about you having to make a choice, having to make a decision. Okay, that's all. That's what this reading is about. And it could be a decision. Maybe you're deciding between two people, to job offers, to contracts, to places where you want to live, to washing machines, to houses you want to buy. You know, as long as you have to make some kind of a choice, at least between two people or two objects, to destinations, to buildings, to what have you. This is what this reading is all about. You having to make a decision, and then once you've made up your mind, once you've made that decision, executing it. Okay? By the way, yeah, the Six of Wands, clarified by the Knight of Wands, it's definitely that execution that I was just talking to you about. You could be dealing with another person, right? Because the 2, the 3, the 6, and the Knight of Wands are fire sign indicator. Right? They can be. You could be dealing with a fire sign. You could be choosing a fire sign, or maybe a fire sign made you some kind of an offer, and you were like, let me think about it, stay right here, don't go anywhere, I'll get back to you. And then you're going to go through this thought process or decision-making process, right? Or those cards that we're just talking about, it's all you. You know, maybe you're just getting all fired up, all excited about this, whatever it is you're deciding to do. But the Queen of Swords in the beginning, that's most likely you, male or female, doesn't matter. The Two of Wands is a card of a choice, and the Seven of Cups on the bottom of the deck can definitely also be a choice card. All right? Cool.